Understanding Love, Relational Love, Self-Love, and Universal Love by Ayan Farvahar. Love is an essential human need and the foundation of our emotional well-being. Experience of love is not limited to our relationships with others, because we can also experience love at a much deeper level through self-love and universal love. Hi, this is Ayan Farvahar. I'm glad you're here. This channel is about self-realization and honoring our life purpose and meaning. If you're interested in these topics, please subscribe to stay connected. Your support is the foundation of this channel and encourages me to create more content in the future. Today, we want to focus on love. When we think of love, we usually think of it as a relational love, or a love that we receive or express in a relationship. For example, parental love, platonic love, or passionate emotional love. But experience of love has a spectrum and can manifest in much deeper dimensions, including self-love and universal love. The deepest form of love is universal love, when you come to realization of your spiritual nature and the oneness of all that exists in this world and beyond. When you embody universal love, you experience and express love in everything you do. Irrespective of whether you believe in love or not, you have the capacity to experience love in all of these dimensions. The goal of this presentation is to help you understand these dimensions so you can notice and direct your attention to the one you resonate with the most. More specifically, we cover the following topics. Love as an existential and essential human need. Different modes of experiencing love, relational love, self-love, and universal love. Understanding relational love. Understanding self-love. And understanding universal love. Let's go over these. Love as an existential and essential human need. Our experience of love as human beings starts in our childhood. As children, being loved is an existential need because that secures the attention and emotional care that we need to receive from our parents or guardians. Ideally, we should receive this parental love and attention unconditionally and irrespective of how we are or behave as a child. When we receive unconditional parental love during our childhood, we grow up knowing our worth, learn to receive and express love, and realize that we are lovable as who we are. Unfortunately, this is not usually the case for most of us, because our parents or guardians may unintentionally use their love as a mean in their upbringings, making it conditional to how we should be or behave as a child. And when we don't receive the unconditional parental love from them, we grow up not realizing our worth and our capacity for love, even as adults, and because of that, need to look for love and validation of our worth in our relationships with others in the outside world. Love is an existential and essential human need and plays a big role in our emotional well-being. So we must find a way to create space for it and invite it back to our life. Different modes of experiencing love. As mentioned, our experience of love is not limited to our relationships with others and can manifest in deeper dimensions. In general, we can experience love in one or a combination of the following three dimensions: relational love, self-love, and universal love. Relational love is a love that is experienced as a part of an emotional relationship, either a platonic or a passionate loving relationship. For us to experience relational love, we need an object of love, or a beloved that awakens love in us. Self-love is a love that you extend and express internally toward yourself. Loving yourself is not about being selfish or having self-admiration. It is rather about knowing your worth, realizing your uniqueness as a true human being, and recognizing your highest personal qualities. In a way, self-love is a higher form of self-awareness and recognition. Experience of self-love feels like the opening of your heart chakra, where you feel a sense of openness, acceptance, and a desire for authentic expression of your individuality. Universal love is an impersonal manifestation of love that exists without an object of love. When you experience universal love, you simply embody love without needing a reason for it. Universal love usually emerges after the full manifestation of self-love and as a part of mystical or spiritual awakening. Experience of universal love emerges with the opening of your crown chakra, where you reach a state of bliss and notice the oneness of everything beyond all dualities. This is the state of love that mystics and enlightened beings experience and talk about. Let's go deeper into each one of these. Understanding relational love. Relational love is the most common form of love. We experience and express it in our relationships with others, like with our family members, close friends, emotional partners, or even plants or animals. Receiving and expressing relational love is nourishing because it connects us to others at a much deeper level and makes our life emotionally richer. But as nourishing as it may be, relational love is not the highest form of love because it is inherently transactional in nature. Let's use an example to clarify this. If I love my best friend and somehow my friend fails to support me in my most difficult times, I may no longer be able to love my friend as before because I did not receive the support I needed or expected in return. In a way, my love for my friend was conditional to a set of reciprocating expectations and was because of that transactional. Passionate loving relationships are no exception because they cannot exist without mutual and reciprocating emotional transactions between two parties involved. That is why many loving relationships fall apart as soon as emotional expectation of one or both parties are not fully met. In a way, the phrase "I love you" has a deeper meaning as something like "I love the way you make me feel." Being in a mutually trusting and reciprocating loving relationship is a nourishing and amazing experience, but we need to realize that the love experienced as a part of a loving relationship is ultimately transactional in nature and is therefore conditional and can never be as deep or as unconditional experience of love through self-love or universal love. Understanding self-love. Self-love is a higher form of love because it validates your worth not as a part of your relationships with others, but as an authentic and unique human being that you are. Some of us may not be fully aware of our worth, partly because we did not receive the unconditional parental love we deserved as a child. For example, if I grew up with parents or guardians who were emotionally cold or overcritical of me, I may never realize my worth as who I am. I grow up feeling the same way or even becoming overcritical of myself, my look, my intelligence, my way of life, and so on. These self-doubting views block me from noticing my worth, my personal qualities, or my unique individuality. You can see from this example how some of us end up not realizing our worth or experiencing genuine love. If you resonate with this and notice that you may not have loved or appreciated yourself enough, maybe it's time to change that and give love another chance by directing it toward yourself. Remember, loving yourself is not about being selfish or self-absorbed. It's about knowing your worth and honoring that worth by appreciating and loving yourself. Self-love is about realizing that your worth is not about your look, education, possessions, achievements, or relationships. It's about reaching a level of self-awareness and self-appreciation for who you are as a person and how your presence can affect others around you in positive ways. All you need to start loving yourself is to let go of all self-imposed negativity, doubts, or critical views you may have about yourself, and instead focusing more on your unique personal qualities. For example, noticing your resilience that helped you overcome challenges in your past, noticing your genuine nature and your good intentions in your relationships, and noticing how you at times helped and inspired others by your presence and support. Instead of looking for reasons why you cannot love yourself, look for many other reasons why you should. When you're open to love yourself, your love for others transforms too and become purer and less transactional. Self-love empowers you and liberates you from your emotional dependency on others. Understanding universal love. Universal love is the highest form of love. It is an impersonal state of love that is simply present without needing an object of love. Universal love is spiritual and ecstatic in nature and emerges when you come to realization of your divine essence, spirit, Buddha nature, or higher self. Self-love is the foundation of universal love. If we cannot love ourselves unconditionally, we cannot access universal love. Let's use a metaphor here to clarify this relationship. Imagine your heart and mind as a container that holds all your feelings, thoughts, and personal beliefs, or simply the way you view yourself and the world. Also imagine love as a nourishing light. As long as the container of your heart and mind is filled with negative and life-denying feelings, thoughts, and beliefs, there is no room for this nourishing light to exist in you. But when you let go of all negative beliefs that are cluttering your heart and mind, you create space inside for love and its nourishing light. This is how self-love begins to emerge in you. Once its nourishing light fills you up completely, it begins to radiate out of you. This is the emergence of universal love in you, where you fully embody love and can now experience it in an impersonal way. Experience of universal love manifests in two ways. It can call you to take the path of enlightenment and mystical experiences in life, or to become a private Buddha. But universal love can also call you to take the path of higher purpose in life, to live an ordinary but meaningful and inspiring life, to become a bodhisattva and let universal love guide your way of life and affect anyone and anything you come across. When you experience universal love, there is no separation between you and love, to the point that love shapes your view of yourself and others and guides your way of life. In closing, I hope you have found the ideas presented here useful. Remember that you have the capacity to experience all dimensions of love with no exception. But to experience self-love and universal love, you need to purify your heart and mind by letting go of your negative or critical views. When you do that, you begin to trust and love yourself unconditionally, and even rise to experience universal love. When you love yourself and have access to universal love, your relational love with others transforms too and becomes more genuine and less transactional. When you love others, you don't love them because they love you back. You love them because you respect and admire the person that they are. This transforms your life in many ways because you can love yourself unconditionally, have an open heart to share your love with others, and live a life that is inspired by the love you experience in you. Love belongs to you and is a part of your nature, and you can always welcome and deepen your connection to love as far as your heart is calling you to. If you have found this presentation inspiring, please like and share it with your like-minded friends. Please subscribe to my channel and share your thoughts and comments. For more information about myself and my life mentorship practice, please find my bio link in the description below. Blessings.